Yesterday, he just wrapped up a headlining tour all across the United States.
Yes, sir.
He's going to get started by sharing a little bit about how he first got into music. Luya, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys? My name is Luya. Thank you so much for having me, brother.
Of course,
I appreciate
yeah.
you. Well, I first got into music when I was 10 years old. My buddy Kevin, growing up, played music and played guitar, and I wanted to play, so I begged my parents every Christmas until I got one. I finally got a guitar, so that's how I started. Just started playing acoustic guitar. Yeah.
Started jumping into it. And then between
Yes, sir.
that and 2021, we dropped a project called 6 Feet.
Yeah, February. In February.
In
Yeah,
February. Well, I didn't know the month.
2021. Yeah. In February 2021, yeah, dropped 6 Feet, put out a 13-song album. That was my first full length, and I didn't expect anything. But then 4 months later, in July of 2021, and I Used to Care blew up, and that was my first start into music. So.
How did that happen? Was it a social media thing? Was it just the song itself, or how did that all come together?
So my friends got my song on the radio, and I think that was just something really different for the internet to see a bunch of guys in a car doing something good for their friend, and it took the internet by storm. Everybody loved the emotional impact that it had, and then followed the song. And dude, I had no idea what happened, but it happened, and I couldn't be more grateful for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you know, like, making that album, obviously there's other songs on that album that also did very well, but that being the best one, what did you feel like that was like your one that you really wanted to push into the world, or did you just, all of them are yours, whatever you want to do with it?
There was a few songs that I thought would really do it. I did have high hopes for I Used to Care. It was the third song that I put for the album, third or fourth. I genuinely thought it was going to be my song Burn Me, because it was just so fun and catchy, but I guess people just fell in love with the emotional aspect of I Used to Care and the friendship that formed around it, and pushed my whole career.
Yeah.
Just changed everything, yeah.
And then from there, maybe one of the most monumental for me moments, because this is actually how I found you, but you worked with one of my favorid artists. I think at the time, I think you were like the fourth or fifth person that ever collaborated with him. You did Part 2 with Mike.
Dude, wait, fourth or fifth ever?
Dude, it was like, he did one with like French Montana, one with Goody Grace, a couple with Vori, but he was not collaborating with...
Vori's so fire.
Yeah, Vori's fire, but he was not collaborating with like anybody. And then now he's done like, Charlie and...
Right.
But like, you were like one of the first people I started collaborating
So
with.
Mike hit me up, and he was like, "Dog, I love your song, You. I love the guitars.
Thank you.
I'd love to use it for one of my songs." And I was like, "How about this? Why don't we do the song together? And why don't you feature me on it? Or like, let's do it as like a double drop. And why don't we do the song together?" And we did the song together, and I think it came out way better.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because I've never seen somebody use my song in such an interesting facet.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of like remixed the whole thing, changed some guitars, but also used my guitars, used some of my flows, and I was super grateful for it. And Mike, if you're watching this, buddy, I love you, man. Thank you so much for it. You're the first big artist in my eyes that ever worked with me, so I appreciate it.
No, that was crazy. Like, I remember when that came out, and I was like, Luya, who's this Luya guy? I need to look who this is. And that's how I found everything
Dude,
else after
that's
that.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, I mean, that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah.
And even today when you were playing it, I caught myself a few times. When I had to, like, go into the mic version for a little bit.
Because
I
go in
like,
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Doing my dishes. I watch the waves crash. Watch the crabs in the kitchen. Yeah, dude. He did it justice.
Yeah,
I really liked what he did. He added a new flavor to it. Kept it more loving. Mine is like an unconditional love. His was like a true love. Love throughout all.
Yeah.
And it was cool to be a part of that EP. And it was cool that he named it You Too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, my song's You is You Too.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So going from 2021 to now, you released a bunch of singles, some projects.
Yes, sir.
What do you feel has been like your favorite moment, if you had to pick one over the last 5 years of really putting yourself out there?
Dude, one of my favorite moments and one of the hardest moments I've ever done was releasing my song, This Isn't Heaven, It Must Be Hell. It was so tough to consume the amount. It's a song about depression, and it was very tough to consume how many people felt like me, if not worse. And I remember talking to my friends at that time, like, yo, I'm going a little crazy. I'm reading all of this stuff, like, I need help. But I think it was one of the most relieving songs just to kind of know that I'm not alone in how I feel. So I'm super thankful for the song, but at the same time, it was really tough, and I don't think people know that. But it's cool that I get to tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't really talk about much, but
No, that's super.
it was really tough to just like look at how everybody else felt, and I was just like, damn, I'm not alone, but also, damn, that sounds so much worse than what I'm going through. You know, like, and I just want to say shout out to all the supporters, like, you know, thank you for telling me your story, thank you for letting me know how you feel. I'm only one person, and I always advise people get help, because I know maybe my music might do it, but I can only respond to so many people.
Yeah.
And I've seen some stuff that, like,
it's like you need to
I just didn't know how to respond. I felt like if I responded wrong, that
it could mess something.
Yeah, and I just didn't want to be that person. So if you need help, please call any type of hotline, because my music is not the end. Like, you can go to other sources. I'm just one person.
Yeah.
So that was the toughest but coolest part, was to see I'm not alone. So.
Yeah. No, that's honestly, I think that's one of the coolest things that music does. Whether, like, it can be your most painful and hard experience you've ever been through, and someone doesn't have to actually be in that experience, but when you put your emotions into it, they gravitate towards that and feel supported by it. And it's a cool way to spread positivity throughout the world. So that's really cool. Yeah. For sure.
Dude, oh my god, I can't believe I'm on this right now. I've been waiting for this moment.
So you teased some country music tonight.
I did.
Is that future? Is that what's coming?
That is what's coming in. Yeah, I'm dipping my toes. Well, I've already did the country.
Okay.
I did my song Throwed.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
I did that back in 2022 before country was
Dude,
before it
before
it was a thing.
You started.
Bro, I fucking threw the country in there, but I wanted to double down on my country, so I wrote a song called Miss American Pie. Actually wrote that with Public Works.
Crazy.
Yeah, shout out Public
Another
Works.
Jake.
Another Jake in the scene.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it. But yeah, so Miss American Pie is going to be my next release. So look out for that.
Speaking of Public Works, you mentioned him helping you, but I feel like I've kind of noticed, just because like I kind of refound you in that moment when he would started putting stuff out. How has it been to like kind of help someone that's kind of was making music before, but kind of he really found like his lane over the last year, like figured out like what his music is, and feeling like you could kind of like be there as someone who's like been doing it for like a bit.
To be honest, I thought it was a cool stepping stone for him. He has now been working with great producers and great people. I've worked on a few songs with him, some that are still not released, some that might not come out, some that have come out, and I know he hit me back in 2021 because he was on it, and I was just around people that shot a lot of things down, but when we started to become actual friends, I realized how much I loved him and how much I loved his music, and we got to work on just, you know, beautiful fucking songs. White Knuckle being one of them.
White Knuckle's amazing.
Which is his biggest song at the moment, and it's really cool to see something that I've done for somebody else producing wise.
Yeah.
And, you know, he did all of his vocals, and
Yeah.
I may have helped with, you know, some things around there, but it's really cool to see somebody work their butt off and take their, you know, their little click and just make it work. And not that I'm the cause of that. He already had some momentum. I was just able to be like, hey, let's try some this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, some backlash, but people just don't understand emotional intelligence. And I think he's a very emotional person and deserves more respect.
Yeah.
People need to listen. They just don't listen. They
Right.
just assume and think it's one thing, and I'm like, dude, this is a song about his buddy that passed away, and you guys are making fun of it. It makes no sense to me.
No. Even when he put out Hands, for example, like that was like maybe one of the best portrayals I've seen of someone that takes like a really dark piece and like makes a music video with it too, which is also like really jumping in the water and risking
His
a lot.
music videos are so
this is the way he did it was like the perfect line of like, this is dark and like I'm gonna show you the dark side of this, but you're gonna be able to like watch the music video and like you know, like without it being too much to swallow. But, yeah.
Public Works, man.
Public Works, man.
You motherfucker.
All right, so we're wrapping up tour now.
Yes,
we're gonna relax a little bit, probably.
Like 3 days of sleep.
3 days of sleep.
Yeah.
And then what's
Straight.
next for 2025 for the man?
2025 is going to be a lot of writing. I'm actually letting go of my house, and I'm going to go fucking travel.
Let's go.
Go to Florida.
Nomad life.
Go hang out with this new group that I found. They're called Spin Dat. They've been doing some really cool things. Yeah, so they want me to come make some music out there.
Yeah.
You know, we got Joey behind the camera right now. He's with them.
Joey's the guy.
Shout out Mother T. T, I love you. But yeah, I'm super excited to just work with a lot of artists. So if you're an artist that wants to work with me, now's your chance because I'm an open book and I'm going to be traveling. So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your night, man.
Bro,
this is awesome.
I wanted this. I wanted this so much. I'm so excited to meet you, dog.
You too, man.
Once you said that you were here, I was like, you, Batcave, please, me.